Hello everyone, this is the sixth video of this playlist time, speed and distance. Okay, so in this video we are going to solve some cat level questions, okay, which are dependent on the theory that we saw in the first 5 videos. Okay, so this is the first question. Let's read it carefully. A thief was running on the one side of the road which is divided by a divider at a speed of 6 km/h. A police jeep which was traveling on the other side of the road, okay, with the speed 9 km/h crossed him. Jeep had to travel for 10 more minutes to find a gap in divider for U-turn. If police jeep crossed thief at 9:10 p.m, at what time thief get caught? Okay everyone, so first of all what we'll do is we'll represent this situation in a diagram. Okay, so let's say this is a divider, this is a road which is divided by a divider. Okay, so let's say when police is here, when police jeep is here, okay, when the police jeep is traveling in this direction, okay, police jeep crossed thief, okay, thief is traveling in this direction. Okay everyone, the speed of thief is 6 km/h, whereas the speed of police jeep is 9 km/h. Okay everyone, so jeep had to travel for 10 more minutes, okay, 10 more minutes to find a gap in the divider to take a U-turn. Okay, so this is the place where police jeep is going to take the U-turn. Okay, so police require how much time to reach here? Okay, police jeep require 10 minutes to reach here. Okay, so the distance traveled by police jeep in 10 minutes is how much? Okay, 10 minutes means 1/6 hour, so distance is going to be how much? Speed is 9 into time is 1/6 hours, so this distance is going to be how much? 3 divided by 2 kilometers. Okay, so in these 10 minutes the thief will also move ahead. Okay, after 10 minutes the position of thief is, let's say, over here. Okay, so how much distance is covered by thief in those 10 minutes? Distance is equal to speed, that is 6 km/h, into time is equal to how much? Time is equal to 10 minutes. 10 minutes in hours is how much? 10 divided by 60, that is 1/6 hours. So distance covered by thief is how much? Distance covered by thief is 1 kilometer. Okay, so now the police jeep is here, now the police jeep is here, now the thief is here. Okay, police jeep is here and the thief is here. Okay, so now at what time police are going to at what time police jeep is going to catch that thief? Okay everyone, so now look here, when police jeep is here, at the same time thief is here. Okay everyone, so now we know the formula. The formula is what? Time required to meet is equal to distance between objects is equal to distance between objects when times are equal divided by relative speed. Okay, so when times are equal divided by relative speed. Okay, when times are equal, okay, at what time times are equal? Look here, when police is here and when thief is here. Okay, at that time times are equal. Okay, so at that time the distance between police and thief is how much? The distance between police and thief is 3/2 + 1. Okay, and the relative speed is how much? And the relative speed is 9 - 6 km/h. Okay everyone, so the time required to meet is going to be how much? 5 divided by 2 divided by 3, that is equal to how much? 5 divided by 6 hours. Okay, 5 divided by 6 hours, that is equal to how much? Into 60. 5 divided by 6 into 60, that is equal to how much? That is equal to 50 minutes. Okay everyone, okay, at 9:10 p.m. the police are here. Okay, so at 9:20 p.m. police jeep is going to take the U-turn. Okay, so these 50 minutes are counted after police jeep took U-turn. Okay, so our answer is going to be how much? 50 minutes after 9:20 p.m. That is how much? That is equal to 10 o'clock 10 minutes. Okay, so our answer is 10:10 p.m. Okay, at 10:10 p.m. the police will catch the thief. Okay everyone, so I hope everyone understood this question. Okay, if there is any doubt you can comment in the chat box. Okay, so now let's start with the second question. Okay, a gun is fired from point X 2 times at an interval of 24 seconds. A man running towards point X heard the sound of second gunshot 22 seconds after first. Find the ratio of speed of sound and the speed of man. Okay everyone, so first of all what we'll do is let's try to represent this situation in a diagram. Okay, so let's say this is a point X. Let me draw. This is a point X. Okay, the first gunshot is fired from this point and second gunshot is also fired from this point. Okay, the time difference between the first gunshot and second gunshot is 24 seconds. Okay, and let's say this is a point Y. Okay, this is a point Y. When that man is here, man heard first gunshot. Okay, man heard first gunshot when the man is, look here, the time difference between the two gunshots is 24 seconds. Okay, so if man is stationary, man is supposed to hear those two gunshots at an interval of 24 seconds only, but man heard the second gunshot 22 seconds after first, means man heard the second gunshot 2 seconds early. Why man heard the second gunshot 2 seconds early? Because man is approaching towards point X. Okay, so let's say man heard the second gunshot here. Okay, this is the place where man heard the second gunshot. Okay everyone, so if man stands here only, then man can hear the second gunshot after 24 seconds, but man moved ahead. Okay, man moved towards X, so that is why the man heard the second gunshot in 22 seconds instead of 24 seconds. Okay everyone, so now tell me how much time man took to travel from this place to this place. Okay, the time taken by man to travel from this point to this point is how much? This is the place where man heard first gunshot, this is the place where man heard the second gunshot. So the time interval between hearing of first gunshot and second gunshot is 22 seconds. So let's call this point as Z. So time taken by man to travel from point Y to point Z is how much? 22 seconds. Okay, and the time taken by sound, look here, time taken by sound to travel from point Z to point Y is how much? Look here, time taken by sound. Okay, if man is stationary, then man is supposed to hear second gunshot at point Y after 24 seconds. Okay, but man is approaching towards point X, so man heard second gunshot at point Z after 22 seconds. Okay, it means to travel from point Z to point Y. Okay, how much time sound require? Sound require 2 seconds to travel from point Z to point Y. Okay everyone, if man stands here, he can hear second gunshot after 24 seconds, but man came here, that is why he heard the second gunshot after 22 seconds. Means the time taken by sound to travel from point Z to point Y is how much? 24 minus 22, that is equal to 2 seconds. Okay everyone, so over here what we can observe is the distance ZY is constant. Okay, now the man and sound, or let's take sound and man. Okay, the time taken by sound to travel distance ZY is how much? 2 seconds, and the time taken by man to travel distance ZY is how much? 22 seconds. So the ratio of time taken is how much? So the ratio of time taken is equal to how much? 1:11. Okay, so over here distance ZY is constant. Okay, distance ZY is constant. So when distance is constant, time is inversely proportional to speed. So the ratio of time is 1/11. So the ratio of their speeds is going to be how much? 1 divided by 1 is to 1 divided by 11. That is equal to how much? 11 is to 1. So the ratio of time is 1 is to 11. So the ratio of their speed is going to be how much? 11 is to 1. So the speed of sound and speed of man, the ratio is how much? 11 is to 1. I hope everyone understood this. If there is any doubt, you can please comment in the chat box. Okay everyone, let's have a look at the next question. Mr. X leaves his home to pick a parcel from his office at 5 p.m. Usually he reaches office in 1 hour. His assistant Mr. Y, who is unaware of Mr. X coming to office, left office at 5 p.m. to deliver the same parcel at Mr. X at his home. Okay, in a way Mr. Y hand over the parcel to Mr. X somewhere in between where they meet. Thus Mr. X reached his home at 6:30 p.m. Okay, find the ratio of the speed of Mr. X and Mr. Y. Okay everyone, so let's read this question carefully, okay, and let's try to represent this situation in a diagram. Okay, so let's say this is home, hold on, let's say this is a home of Mr. X and this is the office of Mr. X. Okay, so X is going to start from home at 5 o'clock. Y is also going to start from office at same time 5 o'clock. Okay everyone, so now look here, X will travel like this. Okay everyone, and the Y will travel like this, and they will meet somewhere here, and they are going to meet somewhere here. So after receiving parcel, okay, X will take a U-turn. Like this. Okay, X will take a U-turn like this, and he will travel towards home. And he reaches home at what time? He reaches home at 6:30. Okay, so now usually or ideally X is supposed to reach home at what time? Let's calculate that. Okay, so he usually takes 1 hour to reach office from home. Okay, so home to office 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock, then office to home 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. So ideally, look here, ideally Mr. X was supposed to reach home at 7 o'clock p.m. but on that day he reached home at 6:30 p.m. Okay, means how much time he saved? He saved total 30 minutes. And how he saved that? How he saved those 30 minutes? Okay, he did not travel this stretch while going to the office, and from coming back from the office he did not travel these two stretches. Okay, these two stretches are of equal distances. Okay, because he did not travel these two stretches, he saved 30 minutes. Okay, so from this point, how much time X take to travel to reach office? Okay, from this point X take half of 30 minutes. He saved 30 minutes. Okay, so 30 divided by 2 is how much? 15 minutes. Okay, so X take 15 minutes to reach office from this meeting point. Okay, so at what time X and Y met? So at 5 o'clock 45 minutes X and Y meet here. Okay everyone, so now look here, this much distance that I shaded in a green color. Okay, this much distance. Okay, over here this distance is constant. Okay, so this much distance X can travel in how much time? X can travel in 15 minutes. Whereas this much distance Y can travel in how much time? Y started from office at 5 o'clock. He met X at 5:45. So the same distance Y can travel in 45 minutes. Okay everyone, so the ratio of time taken to travel this much stretch is how much? The ratio of time taken is equal to 1:3. Okay, so over here the distance is constant, so speed is inversely proportional to time. So the ratio of speed is going to be how much? The ratio of speed of X and Y is going to be 3:1. Okay, this is our final answer. So our question is find the ratio of speed of Mr. X and Mr. Y. So the answer is 3:1. Okay everyone. The next question is, a bike is traveling from Delhi to Jaipur, which is 300 km/h. After traveling a part of a distance, his bike develops a problem and travels with 3/4 of its initial speed and reaches 80 minutes late. Had the problem occurred 50 km further, he would have been late by only 60 minutes. Find the initial speed and find the original distance it traveled without any problem. Okay everyone, so as usual, let's try to represent this situation with the help of diagram. Okay, so now let's say this is Delhi and this is Jaipur. Okay, 3/4 means let's consider the initial speed. Okay, let's consider the initial speed is 4x. Okay, let's consider the initial speed is 4x. Okay, after coming at this point there is a problem. Okay, so now the new speed is going to be how much? 3/4 of initial speed, that is equal to 3x. Okay, and till the last the speed is going to be 3x, and over here we are late by 80 minutes, so we require 80 minutes more. Okay everyone, this is the first situation. Now let's have a look at second situation. Now In the second situation, the initial speed is 4x. Okay, after coming at this point, the speed is again 4x only. Okay, now in the second case, the problem is going to occur 50 kilometers further. Okay, means the problem is going to occur over here. Over here the speed becomes 3x. Okay, and till the last point the speed will remain 3x, and over here we are late by only 60 minutes, so we need 60 minutes extra here in the second situation. Okay, now the distance between this point and this point is how much? This point and this point, the distance is 50 kilometers. In the first step, in the first case, the speed over here is going to be 3x. Okay, so now in these two situations, the difference between time taken is how much? In the first case it takes 80 minutes more. In the second case it takes 60 minutes more than the ideal time. So the difference between time taken in first case and second case is how much? 20 minutes. Okay, now that 20 minutes comes because of that difference of 20 minutes comes because of which distance? Okay, let's try to identify. Okay, so let's call this point as A, let's call this point as B, A, and let's call this point as B. Okay, so distance dA in the first case, it is traveled with a speed 4x. In the second case also it is traveled with a speed 4x. Okay, so for distance dA, the time taken in first case and second case is same. For distance AB, in the first case the speed is 3x, in the second case the speed is 4x. Okay, so for the distance AB, the speed is different in both the cases. Okay, and for the difference BJ, in the first case distance BJ is traveled with a speed 3x, and in the second case distance BJ is traveled with a speed 3x. Okay, so for the distance BJ, the time taken is same in both cases. For the distance dA, the time taken in both cases is same. Okay, so this 20 minutes difference comes because of distance AB. Okay, why? Because distance AB is traveled in first case with a speed 3x and in the second case with a speed 4x. Okay, so let's talk about only distance AB. Okay, so over here we can see that distance AB is constant. Distance AB is constant. Okay, in the first case and in the second case, in the first case distance AB is traveled with a speed 3x, whereas in the second case distance AB is traveled with a speed 4x. Okay, so the ratio of speed is how much? 3:4. So the ratio of time taken, is how much? 4:3. Okay, so in the second case we require 1 unit less, and that 1 unit less is how much? That 1 unit less is 20 minutes. This 1 represent 20 minutes. Okay, so this 3 represent how much? 60 minutes. So in the second situation we traveled these 50 kilometers. In the second situation we traveled these 50 kilometers in 60 minutes, that is equal to 1 hour. Okay, so our initial speed, in the second case we traveled distance AB with the initial speed 4x. Okay, so our initial speed is going to be how much? Is going to be 50 km per hour. 50 km in 60 minutes means 50 km in 1 hour, that is 50 km per hour is our initial speed. Okay everyone, so this is the answer of first question. Now the answer of second question, we are supposed to find the original distance it traveled without any problem. Okay everyone, so let's say original distance means dA. Okay, let's say the dA distance is k. Okay, and BJ distance becomes how much? Total distance is 300 kilometers. Okay, out of that 300, let's subtract 50 for AB. Okay, 250. So the BJ distance becomes how much? 250 minus k. Okay everyone, so now look here. Now one second, we need to find the distance. We need to find the original distance it traveled without any problem, means we are supposed to find the value of k. Okay, so from this calculation we come to know that initial speed is how much? 50 km per hour. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I will make an equation now here. Okay, so the time taken in first case is how much? Let's have a look at it. The time taken in first case is how much? K kilometers we traveled with a speed 50 km per hour. Okay, whereas the remaining distance 300 minus k we traveled with a speed 3/4 into 50. Okay everyone, this is the time taken in the first case, and the ideal time taken is how much? The ideal time taken is how much? Total distance 300 km we were supposed to travel with a speed 50. So this is the ideal time taken. The difference between the time taken in first case and ideal time is how much? 80 minutes. So let's convert that into hours, that is equal to 80/60. Okay everyone, So we are supposed to solve this equation to get the value of k. So over here we need to solve this equation. So what I will do is I will copy this equation and I will paste this in the next slide. Okay, so this is that equation we are supposed to solve. So the value of k is the answer. Okay, so let's try to solve this. This is going to be how much? K divided by 50 plus this is going to be how much? 2 times, okay, 2 times 300 minus k divided by 75. Okay, minus 6 is equal to 4 divided by 3. Okay everyone, so this is going to be how much? Over here the LCM is how much? 150. Okay, so this is 3k, and this is going to be how much? This is going to be 4 times 300 minus k is equal to 4 by 3 plus 6. So this is how much? Look here, 3k plus 1200 minus 4k divided by 150 is equal to 6 3s are 18, that is 22 divided by 3. Okay everyone, so this is going to be how much? This is going to be 350s are. Okay, so now let's cross multiply. So 1200 minus k is equal to how much? 1100. Okay, so the value of k is going to be how much? Value of k is going to be 100. So the distance traveled without any problem in the first case is equal to how much? 100. So the value of k is equal to 100. Okay everyone, likewise we can solve this question.